Right, assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back. And today Pepe is, booming down. It's not really pumping up, and it's not that I didn't really expect it for quite some time. Nowadays I'm slowly getting back into my rhythm again, of doing some accurate predictions. I've actually lost my touch, but I'm actually trying to build back. I have been doing some very wrong strategies lately, but then again, this is the thing with doing the wrong strategies, is that when they don't work, at least you know they don't work, right? And you know that you don't have to do that anymore. So that's the good thing, that it just saves you time the next time you do things. And now I'm getting back into what is working with trades and whatnot. So there's been a lot of questions even on the DMs. People have been asking me what's going on Discord. I've been even talking about the situation of this market that is about to happen and what is next and whatnot. Some people are saying, hey, what's going to happen? And I told them that the weekend is probably going to have an explosion. The weekend coming up is going to have some move. We're going to see volatility in the market. So today's Saturday, and yes, we have seen an explosion. Of course, you can see Bitcoin suddenly has made this one huge move to the downside, and I did expect it. Now I'm going to actually tell you 2 to 3, 4 things that are very, very important right now moving forward. And that is, first of all, if I just remove the drawings again and we try to push into the 4-hour time frame, a lot of people have been saying, you know what, Adam Coins, Pepe has a bullish divergence. So number one, you can see Pepe with some bullish divergence. Of course there is a bullish, it's a regular bullish divergence like this and like that as well, but it's still not playing out. Even SHIB has the very same bullish divergence, but I have not been supporting any trade at the moment for Pepe, unfortunately. So does that mean that Pepe is going to go down more? Maybe. And I'm going to tell you the reason is not because Pepe has bullish divergence or not. The reason here is today is because Bitcoin is having a threat to go really, really down. And you can see even I've been doing the TA in the background, and there's this pattern, there's this distribution pattern that is coming into play for Bitcoin slowly but surely. But unfortunately, if it actually starts to go below 100k, you might actually take 100k out, and I think it's gonna happen. Okay, I'm on the side of Bitcoin going below 100k. I'm taking side. Secondly is that you could actually see this coming down to 94, even 91k, right? 91k is a huge CME gap. With Bitcoin, I want to show you one more thing. It will be amazing for us to start buying again, and especially Q3 season is coming up very soon. Q3 is open up for you to join our private. Q3 is open up for joining. July is open up for joining on the private as well. So there are plans that I still have. Even if you don't want to join the private, just be there for Q3, because if we get a huge discount, I'm going to give you a coin that can do a 2x for free. All right, that's going to be a public call. Anyways, I think that if Bitcoin ever makes it down, and Bitcoin moves down like this, maybe to $90,000, you can see there's this long trend line, right? And this is one of my old strategies, is to just zoom out, right? I'm zooming out instead of focusing on the noise right now. So the thing is, if Bitcoin comes to that trend line, you have an incredible buying opportunity with any altcoin, even Pepe, right? And Bitcoin can do this. From here, we could actually see a move up to even 170k, 140k, because of this upper resistance that is actually being made. If you break below, maybe that's a different story, but if you hold the pullback, that would be really, really amazing. All right, that is number one, right? So Bitcoin probably 91, 94,000. Secondly, Ethereum, right? So Ethereum is another coin that really drive altcoin as well, along with Bitcoin. And for me, Ethereum, I've actually seen this, that on the 4-hour time frame, I've been looking at it, and you can see that Ethereum here has had this pattern created, and this is the final breakdown. You can see that it really broke to the downside. There's a little bit of retest maybe coming up to 2500 again, and then it can actually drop down to 2004, and that's going to be a whopping maybe 15, 16, 17% correction to the downside. So I think Pepe is actually going to correct as well, and I just want to tell you in general that Q3 is like that, right? But that's also not a bad thing, because when I get to know beforehand that these things are going to drop, of course, if things change, I'm going to talk about it in the update. Nothing is certain in crypto, but I think strong chances are these are going to go down big time. And for me, Pepe as well probably is going to go down. But there's one thing that is also forming up with Pepe, and I'm going to show you this very quickly before we close the video, is that Pepe could be on the verge of making a falling wedge as well. So it is kind of trying to create that falling wedge, and we could actually expect something like this, right? Maybe just maybe it could be something like this, where you get rejected again and you drop down along with Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe to 790, and continue like this all the way down to 734, maybe touch 700, make a fake out of the falling wedge, break above, and finally, you know, somewhere in August, July, you actually pump back up again. And in the future, you could be even looking at something like 93%. You see, that's almost like a 2x. So yes, a strategy is always there, okay? There's always a plan. We just need the plan to play out first, and we're gonna act later. And I can give you a free coin that can do a 2x, hopefully certain down the road. And that's it for the video. If you want to join the private, it's still opened up, and that's it. I'm gonna see you for with the next one. I love it.